Okay, so on this map, the first thing I do is I go to the rails and I spot tanks that are driving west. So I'm going to head basically this way. This tank is a little bit sluggish. It's not fast or anything. So I used a fuel consumable. It's a little bit safer to be on the right. If they shoot at you, they have to turn their gun around a little bit more in order to get you off. So I hit somebody. It's safer to be like right here. It's harder for them to shoot to hit me. So I did get one hit on the King Tiger C. And I did not penetrate the Type 4 Heavy. I could have gotten 3 hits. I easily could have had 750 damage already. Plus I got 800 spotting damage. So it is common that I only get 1 or 2 hits. And I'm only playing tier 9 because I'm leveling up those tanks. So I really don't remember, but I'm going to guess in the lower tiers you probably hit a lot more. So I'm going to help out my team over here. You don't want the enemy to flank. If you see something jumping around, I'm seeing it too. It's because of drop packets and things like that. Got to get down low to avoid that guy. Don't know what's that way. There's a Super Hellcat obviously right there. Angle the tank. Okay, so it looks like we cleaned up a little over here. You really want the heavy tanks that have strong armor to do the work. There's a lot of tanks here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spot. I'm going to try to draw them out. I want them to spot me. Ah! Can't hit that guy. Try to get them to come after me so that my allies can shoot at them. Okay, so you see the IS-2 is retreating, so I'm going to try and get him to come back. Which he's apparently not going to do. I wanted to track him. Unfortunately, I just barely missed because he did reverse a little bit. And he just self-destructed. So we're going to get behind the Pershing. The problem with getting behind the Pershing, I'm going to wait for my allies. So that we're all going to get behind him at the same time. Because otherwise he would have reversed to avoid the tank destroyer, and then it defeats the purpose of encircling him. He would have gone after me. So I waited a little bit for my allies to come. So he couldn't really go anywhere. If I had gone in early, it would have been a mistake. I got 4 kills, 2,000 damage, 900 spotting damage. There's tier 9, 8, and 7 in this game. My tank stopped for some reason. You notice I have damaged fuel tanks. There are people who would repair it. I have 2 repair kits, so it's actually kind of a smart idea. And you want to do the repairs as soon as possible so that you can use that repair kit again later in the game. Like, easily I could have had it again. So you only want to get on the cap if you want the enemy to know that you're on the cap. If I have to, I will get on the cap. There's a little bit of latency, so there's a delay. It's not stopping when I want it to stop. When you shoot at the SPG, try to aim for the gun. Well, I'm out of the game. I just assumed that he wasn't able to shoot at me, but I guess I was wrong. The score's 11-11. Obviously, one of my allies is complaining. I thought that the Type 5 Heavy was unable to shoot at me. Okay, so let's get into another game. I got 5 kills. So we've got this advent calendar notice that will be coming tomorrow. I'm leveling up all these. These are all the tanks I have to level up except for one. I want to focus on the T-54 and the WZ-111 because it's working on 2 branches. You see I could level this up right now if I wanted to. The Tier 10s used to be really, really good tanks. However, now I've got the Object 260, and the Object 260 happens to also be a really good tank. So my desire to get the Tier 10 Chinese heavy tanks has really gone down a lot because I'm just going to play the Object 260. Cliff. So I'm probably going to go to the ambush position directly in the middle of the map, especially if I'm on the south team. Okay. You can see I'm using the Christmas camo. I've had it for a year and didn't realize it. I mean, I've had it for 11 months now. So I happened to be going through the camo, and I saw it, and I decided to put it on this tank. So I'm going to go over here to the middle. I'm going to spot the enemy. Probably going to self-spot them, and I'm going to hit them in the rear, and I'm going to keep trying to do it as many times as I can. It's easier to do it from the south for many reasons why. It's easier to get into the spotting position behind the bush. You can reverse behind the bush. You got more of a flat surface than on the northern team, and the enemy has less stuff to hide behind. They might have changed it because it looks on the minimap, it looks like there's a lot of buildings there. Maybe it's because for the south team, the enemy takes a different path. I'm not sure the reason why. This tank, you need the fire extinguishers and anything fire related. Chinese tanks in general, you want to have anything that prevents fires. You can see that my vehicle's a little bit slow. So, oh, I missed my chance to hit that tank. You got to watch out for those things. So there's a chance that I might not hit anything good. It looks like a lot of tanks already came by. Okay, so it looks like I ammo racked that tank with a lucky shot. Oh, come on, come on. My hand has an issue right now. Okay, so my hand wasn't really steady. I don't have a lot of desk space, which is one of the issues I have. So we'll see if we can hit this T10. Missed a standard B. Wasn't angled properly. You want to know if you've got piked armor. This kind of doesn't. So the IS is right there. He's going to be a pain in the butt. So we have to reposition. I know about this area, but I'm not really that great at playing in this area because I'm not really a heavy tank player. I'm a light tank player. But that's how you deal with the IS. And it looked like I set him on fire, but he's got automatic fire extinguisher. He's got to be a good player. Only a good player would really be playing in that position. Got another nice shot. Very important to keep tanks spotted so your allies can damage them. Okay, so the enemy left this open. I won't be able to rush out because I'd have to go all the way around to where the Skoda is to do it without getting spotted. But I mean, I could just come down here. Being spotted is not a good idea. So I'm going to angle my tank. I might not have safe stowage because my ammo rack was hit twice. And I can't see where the LTTB is. I'm going to load up high explosive rounds to deal with the Type 59. And I'm concerned about what's behind me. I could get hit in the rear. Okay, he's out of the game. .256, that was with an HE round. I'm going to pull in another HE round. Now I'm back to a regular round. Oh, I thought I was reloaded, but was not, so it didn't fire. Okay, so for the T10, we've got the STA, he can't fire. So the smart thing to do is just go somewhere else and go for the tanks down there. Forget about the T10. Well, he's still in the game. Oh, I could have gone for that IS. You don't want to be spotted, obviously, when you come out this way. I expect that the standard B is going to fire at me. I didn't get spotted. Oh, there I got spotted. So he must have repositioned. There he is. Okay, he's dead. Gonna spin around. That guy's dead, but there is another tank there. I do want to get damage. I'm not so concerned with repairs. So I'm going to hit this T10. If I had spun my hull, the gun would have come around faster. I'm just going to go for it. It looked like I ammo racked him, but I'm really not sure. Okay, so he's dead. Looks like they changed it. I don't remember all these X things. Okay, that's the game. 3,500 damage, 1,500 blocked, 600 spotting damage. I think I set like 2 tanks on fire, and maybe ammo rack somebody was. I completed for the Chimera, and I earned a reward, food. Focus on target is good for tank destroyers and light tanks, and some fragments. I'm going to apply the bonus. And I'm going to check. Oh, I got a lot of thingies here. I'm going to check 350,000 for successful completion of the second front campaign personal missions. I don't know what that means. So that was Cliff. We lost on this one, so I'm going to have to play that tank again. I'm really not sure what this is. I'm going to look. Okay, so we don't want to focus too much on this. Okay, so he's done. We're going to hit the ×3. I want to get the T-54. Normally what I do is I play all heavies, all mediums, all tank destroyers, and then I play light tanks last so that I kind of warm up and get into the game. Because I have noticed that if I don't play for a while, I get my skills go down. I've definitely noticed a difference. Okay, game. This is encounter battle. So I'm going to try and do a spotting run. This is not a fast vehicle. I do have that camouflage. I have it on my T100 LT. Okay, so this is doing a decent speed. You don't want to go through the town. You want to have a little bit of pack loss. It's not going where I'm telling it to go. You don't want to go through the town. You want to go out in the field, and then when you get spotted, you go back through the town and maybe turn your gun backwards so that you get a little bit of armor. So you don't want to get hit by that FV. So watch where he is. You see there's a lot of buildings behind me right now. Makes it difficult for the enemy. And you really want to go back until you're not spotted anymore. If I were playing ranked battles, I would go back this far. If I had a fast light tank, I wouldn't. I would just turn around and get back in. So I'm going to make another run. I got only 101 spotting damage. Again, I'm going out in the field. You can also go through the low level. There's lots of different ways to do it. I do advise knocking trees down if you can. So I spotted some stuff. Put my gun backwards. Don't want to get hit by the FV. So I figured it out too long. What I should have done was veered that way, but it took me too long to do it. And Okay, so I'm not in the... that was packet loss. I lost control of my vehicle for a period of time. So this time I'm going to do it again. We know where the FV is. Okay, he relocated. We're going to try and anticipate where he is, and we're going to try and make it so that he doesn't have a shot on me. So we're going to look at the last house, pointing to it with my gun, and we're going to make the last house behind me okay, didn't spot anybody, right? So I'm going to go this way. I wasn't spotted. And I'm going to go out. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just sit here. Normally what you want to do is make it look like you're leaving and then come back. But I didn't do that. So I'm going to head this way. I'm going to climb up here if I've got the engine power to do so. I'm going to turn on the binocs. Check out what's going on over there. We don't want to get hit by him, so we got to go low. There's a good chance he... fuck that. I must be spotted. I don't know. I mean, how could he not have spotted me? Well, it looks like I didn't get the spotting damage on the FV. I didn't get any spotting damage in this game. This game was not good for spotting damage. But that's the way how you scout it out. You see how his gun is pointing north? So I'm going to get behind him. Going to aim right there to set it on fire. I guess I didn't damage him. I must have missed. An HE round right there would be nice. Hit for that, whatever that object is. And I actually tested it. You really increase your chances of setting the engine on fire by hitting exactly in that location. I only tested it on one tank, so I don't know that it's for every tank. So I see some buildings on the map. I'm going to head so that the buildings are between me and the Jagdpanzer. He's going one way, I'm going to go the other way. Head for the red line. I decided to aim a little bit higher. And I'll probably do the same. Stop to aim. If you stop, your aim is going to be better. So now we got to find the EBR. The smart thing to do is get on the cap. He'll come looking for us, so I'm going to head for the cap. Got 1,600 damage, 600 spotting damage. don't click on the mini-map where you think the enemy is unless you really know for sure that he's there. Don't do it because you want your allies to go look there. So the EBR, because you will confuse, you'll send your allies in the wrong direction if you do that. I'm going to spot the guy before he spots me because EBRs don't have good spotting range. So I don't mind sitting out in the open. And if he does come in, oh, he killed himself maybe? If he does come in, I'll just spin my tank like this to put my armor towards him. I'm going to apply. Nothing special in that game. You know what? I forgot to turn on the reserves. So I'm going to do 2 hours. I'm doing 50%. This I'm going to save for the 2-barrel guns. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit this in case I need to buy anything because it's Christmas season. And then I got 6 million, but there's so many things I need to buy. If there's any discounts, I'm going to have the silver to buy coated optics and binocs and stuff like that. So then I'm going to also do this for 1 hour. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else. I could generate one of these, but I can't do one of these. It needs 1100. So I'm going to save it for the crew experience. Okay, so then I am going to do just any random pick. Those are the only ones that are obvious that I should play. You know what? I'm going to hit this button. These are the tanks that I'm working on mastery badges. Once I do mastery badges, I will do gun marks. For this, I'm going to try and hit the enemy on the side armor in the little river area. So I'm going to go down here where the cathedral is, and I'm going to go around the cathedral and hit the enemy on the side. Usually what happens is the enemy will be afraid to advance, so they'll usually sit there and let me hit them on the side. But you do have to watch out for the distance snipers. So they have a T-30, Object 268. They don't have a lot of distance snipers. It's not going to be a big deal. The SPG, not going to be that big of a deal. Because I have coated optics and good spotting on almost all my tanks, I'm going to try and spot on my way to my fighting position. These guys are not doing that. The T100LT, he's sort of doing the right thing. He should be getting over here directly with this point and then heading around so he can spot whoever's in this area near the cap. Doesn't look like we're going to have a strong showing down here. I got spotted. Got to watch out for incoming fire. Turning my angle in case anyone shoots at me. Someone did. T-30. Can't hit that guy. There's bushes over here and a clear path. So over here, you can sit and snipe right here. See what I mean? Doesn't look like he spotted me. You got to be like right in this position. Okay, I'm going to do the HE rounds and see if that makes a difference. Knock down trees. Did 101. I was trying to hit his roof. Okay, that is... the latency is moving my tank around. The drop packets. -2. I'm going to go back to regular rounds. Some tanks, the HE rounds do not work. Most of them, they work. I have great games with HE rounds. T30, got to watch out for that T30. Missed. I'm going to go for the ram. No threat there. Stay low. I don't want to get hit by the T30, so I'm going to stay close to this ridge. SPG's over here, clicking on the map. Got a Badger behind me, so I'm not going to go up after the T30. I'm going to make him think that I want to. Damage him, angling the tank. He hit me with a heat round. Okay, that's the game. The T30 looks like he was killed, so the T30's out of the game. Okay, so I really didn't get much done in there. But it's important to learn that strategy. If there's a lot of enemy heavy tanks in that lower area, you're going to have constant shots on them. And he was focused on me, the 705, because he had no one else to shoot at. Normally your allies are going to be there, and there's a lot less pressure. Okay, so I was browsing the web at the time. So we're in a game. I'm going to go for a spotting position. And I'm scanning everything real quick. I didn't pay attention during the 30-second timer. And I'm going to take up a spotting position. Probably at the water's edge. If I get spotted, I'm going to head towards the bridge. So we do have an issue here with the bat chat. I'm going to stay over here. I'll be able to do some spotting from over here. This isn't such a bad position. One enemy light tank, and he's right there. I think I can fire without being spotted, so I'm going to fire. I didn't spot anything. Okay, so the enemy went to the north to the A1. The heavy tanks we really don't know. We're going to see if there's anything else interesting out here. I got spotted. Letting my team know I got spotted. This tank up here. Letting my team know. Three enemy SPG. Seeing if I can shoot that way. Was spotted again. So they know I'm coming, right? But, you know, my SPG might take out that grill. let the G-Sor run off, and I will delay these guys a little bit. Because they're fighting, they're competing with us, I'm going to get out of here. But if they hadn't spotted me, it would have been easy. I just would have gone up there, spotted the SPGs, and killed them. It looks like the G-Sor is out of the game. So let's see what we can do from here. I'm going to try and get in these bushes. It'll give me a little bit of spotting. A little bit of camo, I mean. If the enemy tries to cross over here, we're going to be able to shoot at them. Plus, I'm kind of covered from those enemy tanks behind me. You notice I don't have any premium rounds. I don't play with them anymore. I'm assuming those enemy tanks are going to head along the red line. Do have to worry about the EBR. If he finds me, I go under the bridge. Want to make sure that I'm covered over there. So there he is. I'm going to notify my allies in case they didn't notice. So the EBR, he's going for SPG. Finally got a hit, but I got to be careful because we don't know what's out there. So, yep, there's an example. Repair that gun. So we got UDAs from over here. I'm going to click here so they know. Okay, this does not look that safe, so I am going to reposition to here because I think the enemy wants to come behind me where the K91 is. Okay, let's see if we can sneak into here. Didn't spot anything, so I'm going to stay low. Go into this bush, trying to figure out where I think the enemy is. Wait for the binocs to turn on, and then I'm going to go to that bush over there. Nobody. The smart thing to do would have been to reverse and go into the bush, but, you know, it's random battles. Fired a random shot. But I did spot him, which is important. People usually don't sit over here. So my team is to the south, so I'm going in a different direction. You know, I don't remember if you used to be able to make it up this way, and I'm guessing that you can't now. I don't recall ever being able to go up that way, but it would have been nice. I don't follow my allies. I take up a flanking position. So if they can't shoot, maybe I can. The grill can probably do a lot of damage, so I'm just going to come up to spot. SPG's out of the game. Score is 12-5. I think we could hit the gas. Missed him, but that's okay. Ah! I was going to ram him. Score is 12-6. It was not a great game, but I mean, you can see how positioning is, you know. I had to learn to play in all those places. It's not the first time I've gone through the gully. I've gone through there many times, many years ago. But I don't do it so much anymore. It works great in lower tiers, but in higher tiers, maybe not so much. Lower tiers, you have speed, and the enemy doesn't have a good viewing range, and they don't have good skill. WZ-120. Let's see. I do want to get this gun. It's 249 versus 215, so I want to get this gun. I do use some free XP, but mostly I play through a lot of the equipment. There's people that are only going to use free EXP on the gun. I don't do that. HE is probably not that useful in a light tank, so I'm going to kick up the regular rounds. I want to see how my progress is doing. 17,000. So I expect to do 30,000 today. So I should be up halfway through the next level in the afternoon. I'm going to play 2 hours. I'm going to take a break, and then I'll play 2 more hours. I really don't know if that gets me 30,000. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I calculated it to get an estimate as I estimated I had to play 4 hours per day. I'm working on, right now I'm browsing the internet, so I don't know what's going on. I'm working on mastery badges. I am working on the Chimera. I am working on doing with honors the T28 HT, no, the T55A missions. I'm working on doing that with honors. I'm working on the Kilo Care package, and I am working on Advent calendar is going to start, I guess, in a few hours, and in like 10 hours. And I'm working on a lot of missions for the month. So I'm working on many things at the same time, including that marathon. They used to have missions where it would be just for light tanks or just for heavy tanks. Now they call it play your class right, but before they would do like a month just light tanks, and what I would do is during that month I would just play light tanks. Usually, in my years of experience, the best place to go is like to this hill area and go to a bush. There's a lot of people that play it, or to go up to here where the house is and ambush the tanks driving into town. So I've decided to go to where the HWK-30 is. I decided to do that for this game. With all those heavy tanks, maybe I should have gone to the ambush position. You can see that my team is not playing on this side, and we've got the HWK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park here, turn on the binocs, take a look around, and then leave. Give my team some info as to what's going on. Did I spot that T55A? I don't know. See, now the Progetto, I know he went there by himself. If an ally went with him, they would have gotten spotted. So we can gang up on this Progetto. What's anybody going to do? They can't snipe us, so so he's dead. Now I'm going to advance along the red line. I'm going to go down to K1, get as close to the red line as possible. There's going to be, they used to be easy. It used to be that you could just drive through here before they had this castle, and you would not be able to get sniped. You could go all the way up. You don't want him to fight you, so it looks like he's running. Maybe he doesn't have ammo. He's out of the game, checking to make sure he was the one. I should have waited until I was unspotted. Get more to the red line. Scores 4-3. No SPG in the game. The Object 430, he doesn't have to come with me. He could have taken a crossfire position, but we've got the Pershing and the Udis who will do that. Okay, there's nobody here, so we're going to do the red line again. The other thing to do is to go in the lowlands, but there's a lot of hills to block, so I'm not really worried about that. And what we're going to do is, it looks like the 430 and we're going to get behind the enemy heavy tanks, and we're going to shoot at them from behind. There's a good chance we're going to encounter some snipers, base campers, on the way there, so I do have to be careful. It looks like we're doing well. I'm going to get on base. So it will draw the enemy out. We don't have to spot them. I didn't get spotted. I'm going to keep the trees. We'll deal with this Waffenträger. We'll spin around, shoot at him. Get behind this object. Okay, so he's dead. Oh, is he dead? He's not dead. He's alive. Get into the low area. Did my Sixth Sense go off? I'm not sure. I don't recall it going off. I'm not playing with audio, so I don't have the audio notice. If the Sixth Sense went off, I didn't notice it. Some of the tanks are coming back. That relieves some pressure on my allies. Angle. Spot. Auto aim in case I need to fire. You notice that he hit me with his track against my frontal armor. That's best for me, worst for him. You don't do a lot of damage ramming somebody with your track. Angle. You know, this is a bad idea. That was a bad idea. I should have just reversed. My gun depression was horrible. Okay, let's move on to another game. 1,200 damage, 2,000 spotting damage. Ram with the front of your armor and hit them on the tracks. You don't want to hit their frontal armor. You do the most damage with your frontal armor, and you have the most protection with your frontal armor. You want to track the enemy and damage them. Okay, I'm going to go to my desktop, and I am doing my work right now, checking out some work-related stuff. So I'm going to see a little flash on the icon when the game is ready, and I'll jump in and I'll come up with a plan. One of the things you want to do is make decisions very quickly. I'm going to use the example. There was a game with Quickie Baby. Okay, so I'm back in World of Tanks. Game hasn't started yet. There was a game with Quickie Baby on Highway, had to have been like a year or two ago, where he types in chat to his ally he wanted to go cap, and he was at his cap, and he had to drive all the way across the map, and he stopped a few times for like 3 or 4 seconds to see what was going on. There was only a few enemy tanks in the game, and then he eventually made it to the enemy cap, and he failed to cap by like 3 seconds. And if you look at the time that he spent delaying on the way over, he must have delayed 10 seconds. So that's why you need to make decisions right away. He lost that game. He pulled in a draw when he could have won. You know what your skills are, and you know what the strategies are, and you know what the tactics are. Make decisions right away. I do that all the time. If you make decisions right away, you're going to get the jump. You want to be there before the enemy does. Have a plan for what to do in every case. I usually almost always chat with my allies while I'm driving, so I don't waste any time. I'm seeing I got a lot of work I got to do. Okay, see the icon flashing. This is, I'm going to go to a sniping position. I'm going to head that way. I point my gun so I can see on the mini-map where I want to head to. This has got good pickup, so it's going to get me to, don't do what he did because you lose your, the medal and the merit rewards when you shoot at your allies. I don't know if he hit one or not. So we got a spotter going down there. I'm going to start over here. We hit the Schwarzpanzer 58. I liked the Schwarzpanzer at first, but I sold it. It's one of the few tanks, that and the low, that I really did not enjoy playing it. And I said, you know what? I'm never going to play this tank. Blind shot. So I sold them for the silver. And I wasn't getting good games with the mutts. At first, I really liked it. I thought it was a great tank. But for some, my tank's not moving. Okay, that happens sometimes. It's drop packets that causes that. But it's kind of mild right now. If it were severe, I just wouldn't play. You know, we didn't spot the enemy heading into battle. The Leopard made it across without being spotted. Can't hit him. I'm going to just do this as to check. I'm going to see what happens if I reverse and then look at him. It still doesn't work. Okay. What I needed to do is go where that tree is, and then maybe I would have been able to hit him. I'm going to click over here so my enemies know that there was a guy right there. Go down, use this rock to block. I'm not worried about my hit points. I'm just going to change my play style. There was a game where I was a one-shot. I got bombarded by tanks right at the beginning, and I was a one-shot, and then I ended up getting like 2,000 or 3,000 damage in that game. It was on I was on Murovanka, and we ended up winning the game. And I was really relevant for my team. So don't give up. Oh, I could have fired another shot, so I screwed that up. That obviously was going to miss. We got the AMX 105, who's a potential target. We lost our scout. So I'm going to go do it. I got binocs. First, I'm going to pull into here. If I get spotted, I'm going to use the low area for protection. Missed him. Going to go down into here, put my gun there and lock it. Get around the corner. Stay as close as possible. You can see I'm getting around. Okay, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to scare those tanks. I'm going to get on the cap just to tick them off. My team doesn't have, it's not my team's problem, so I'm going to get on the cap. I'm not going to get points for this. I'm going to knock this down. Not going to get points for this. You really don't want to be centered because they're going to shoot at the center. The enemy now has to act at some point. You can see that there's a guy running. Did he just get killed? There was an enemy running through the field and he got killed. I'm not going to get extra points for doing this. If the enemy comes out into a bad position, looks like, see how they're starting to come down over here? I'm just going to get off the cap and that's it. That's their problem. I'm going to shoot at this guy and get off the cap and run. That's it. And he's going to miss me. What is he going to do? So now I'm just going to leave. And now he died because of that. He died. And look at that. The AMX dove. Maybe there's another guy here who needs to die. I can't. I didn't get him. And it looks like the AMX is out of the game. Get back on the cap. So this is... this used to work on Sacred Valley. And you used to be able to sit on the cap, and it was so protected you could literally hide, and even the artillery, nobody could hit you unless they literally came around. The old base, I had so much fun, and I would sit there, and they would fire from all directions, and they wouldn't be able to hit you. So now it's 9-3. I don't know what it was when I began this maneuver. I think it was kind of even, but that's what happens. You know, the enemy team suffered greatly because they panicked about me being on the cap. I'm not going to get rewarded. I'm off the cap. I'm not going to get any capping damage or capping points. I mean, forgo all those. But I don't play to do maximum damage and all that stuff unless I'm working on a mission. I just play for fun, the right strategy, to help my team, to make an interesting video. That was interesting what I did. And you should know that tactic because there might be a day when you need to play it. Especially, like if you're in a clan war, people don't play clan wars to get stats. They play to win so that they can get the gold from the clan territory. So let's see, my allies are way too far back. So what I'm going to do, the Scorpion is close to him, so I don't need to do it. I'm going to go behind him. He's got more hit points than me. And he's going to do the damage the Centurion is running. I'm going to get behind the Centurion. Keep a good angle. I was going to get behind the Centurion, and we essentially did that. But what happened was I thought the Centurion was going to go after the Scorpion. I had less hit points. So this way, the Scorpion was on one side, I was on the other side. The Centurion had to make a choice, and he made the right choice. Okay, game over. I'm probably not going to get high rank, but that's an example where I did something really good for my team and I don't get any EXP for it, no damage, no spotting, nothing. You don't get rewarded for playing like that, but that's the way I play because I enjoy doing it. If I had to play to maximize damage or whatever, I just wouldn't play. It's too boring. You see how low I did for the team? I was ranked 11th or whatever it was. Okay, so let's do this. Going to my desktop, so I'm not watching what's going on. I'm going to save that replay. I have to figure out where it is. It's going to take me a bit to find it. I call that capping strategy, where you use the cap in order to win the game, to manipulate the enemy team. Okay, I'm back into World of Tanks. I almost always play left because of my latency. On the east, it's too close sprawling. So my latency, 240 milliseconds, gives me a huge disadvantage. And I would have played when it used to be flat because it was very challenging, but when they made it hilly, it's just not fun anymore. Looks like my entire team is going that way, so I'm going to head this way. I play the tough positions. I don't like what my team is doing. You know, it's called the lemming train. I'm going to play over here, and I'm not going to really engage the enemy. I'm just going to delay them, waste their time, help out my ally. Yeah, the M60, he is clicking on that mini-map. Okay, so he's done. I got to get out here. I got to head for that building in case he comes around, but I'm going to use the building so that he can't hit me. See what I mean? And I'm watching the mini-map so I can see if there's a building on the mini-map. Okay, so I made a mistake. and I allowed them to hit me in the rear. Ah, I'm out of the game. And the reason why is because I'm not used to commenting while I'm playing. So I didn't make the right decision. I could have just hid behind a house at some point. I wanted to show how to run away using buildings to block in between. Okay, so this tank, how's he doing? I believe this is one where I just upgraded the gun. Also, if I have APCR rounds, 95% of my tanks have premium rounds. I just decided a few days ago to remove them from all of my tanks. So if you see them, it's not on purpose. I intend to remove them from everything. I only use them with ranked battles. I don't even use them with frontline. Not even to reset cap, just with ranked battles. I'd rather use tactics. Even against any tank, if you're fast enough, you don't need premium rounds. It's just so rare that I really need them. Destroy 2 vehicles in the first 4 minutes, cause 2,000 damage, survive the battle. Not going to happen with this tank. So I'm not sure if it matters. I tend to go north. I've just played it more times, but it should be equal. I'm going to head south. I don't want to go along the red line. I want to spot tanks. I want my allies to know what's going on. There's one enemy light tank, T-49. Got a long reload, so if I see him, I shoot and ram. And don't let him see your rear armor. Want to go as far south as possible to make sure that the enemy didn't take up any good positions. You see these little bushes over here? Just park right over here. Keep him lit. This is a pretty safe position. My allies are not shooting. I would set up a sniping position immediately. They wanted to come up the hill. I would have taken my time going up the hill. Finally. This is not a perfect position. It's not so bad, though. Okay, so what's going to happen next? He did not spot me. I don't think he can spot me through all that. So let's... fuck. The 430 shot me. He's probably right there. Let's get behind these buildings. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, let's see if we can hit that guy. Nope. So we're going to check out this tortoise. He's not spotted. But you see that tank over there? Let's go over here. Okay, so I went, I hit the wrong button because my tank was reversed. Ah, come on. I had my gun pointing one way, and the front of the tank, my gun was pointed over the rear, so I hit the wrong button. I hit reverse. No, I hit forward because I was paying attention to where the gun was pointing, but because the gun was pointed reverse, my Vehicle went out in the open. I meant to hit reverse and not forward. Got disoriented. It happens sometimes. Usually my favorite tanks I play last. So the auto loaders are going to go last. Now I'm back on my desktop checking out some work related stuff. Okay, I'm back in World of Tanks. I'm going to spot for my team. I'm going to head into town. We'll see how fast. If this tank is fast, it'll work out well. We do have 3 enemy SPGs, which is going to be a problem. We'll see if we can make it to the ambush position, which is inside the town. There's lots of ways to do this. And because I don't play often enough, there's so many different ways to spot from within town. I really don't know which one is the best way, but my favorite one is to kind of go right where I'm pointing with the mouse because there's a lot of bushes. Not going that fast doesn't mean that we can't do it. There's no light tanks, which is good, so if I get spotted, no one's going to come hunt me down. Do have to be concerned about artillery. I will be spotted first on my team, so they'll all fire at me. No encounter mode, which means that they don't know I'm here. Okay. I'm going to angle the tank. Wait for incoming artillery. There it is. I hit the wrong key on the keyboard. Not going to fire my gun. But guess what? That Centurion, he's going to be spotted the whole game. Don't want to knock anything down because the artillery will know exactly where I am. Oh, there's an ISM right there. That's not good. So this is not going to work. He's going to keep me spotted. I want to knock down as much stuff over here as I can right now so that the artillery doesn't see me do it later. So now I can go back there. I'm a one-shot. But don't worry. Make sure I don't run anything over. ISM is gone. Pull into this position which has been prepared. Oh, I was spotted. The artillery is going to clobber me. E75. Okay. I do it all the time, and usually I have a good game. This tank is a little slow. It doesn't have good camo. It doesn't matter. You know, I use it as a learning experience. That's why I play the game for fun. I don't care about win rates and all that stuff. If you look on my channel, Prokhorovka, you'll see that I play there all the time and have lots of great games. But like I said, when you have 3 artillery, it's a lot riskier. Artillery is the worst, and enemy light tanks, you know, but the light tanks, they die after a while. The light tanks are only all those things are only a problem if you're spotted. Light tanks will come looking for you. And if you play it with a difficult tank, your skills improve. You know, I can play it with a light tank, no problem. And I do think they changed the maps. I do think maybe years ago it might have been a little bit different, so it might have been easier to play there. Or they'll move some bushes around, so then you have to try find a new spot. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to head towards the middle area to spot. I never get a lot of spotting damage on this map. I get lots on Malinovka. But remember, I'm not playing to maximize win rates or anything. I'm playing for fun. You know, I'm doing this because I think it's the right strategy for my team. You want to spot from the middle of the map as often as possible. From the middle of the map, you have the maximum spotting range. If you go to the edge of the map, like where LHMTV is, his spotting range, half of his spotting circle is off the map. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can help out my ally. Because there's 3 of us, I'm going to take the most advanced position. I was going to stay over here. Oh, we got T-44. Standard B needs to let me hide. It might be dangerous to go that way, so I might not. Safe way is to go this way and help Standard B. I wanted to help him, but I wanted to take a different route so I could get behind the enemy. I was going to go around the other way, drive up on top, and then deal with the enemy that way. I probably have better armor, so I'm going to go in for a ricochet. Okay, or to take the damage. Okay, let's get that bat chat. He's out of the game. Now we're going to work on that AMX. Didn't do anything. Should have moved forward to reload in case I got spotted, because his allies could literally be right up there. They might not peek out again. So let's see if we can do some spotting from here. Nice. I might get spotted, so I got to come down. Trying to figure out if I can help out the IS-7. The enemy's going to go looking. I'm sorry, the Standard B, he's dead. The enemy gave up their positions. to head out that way, chances are they're not going to go back because people don't really think straight. They're probably not going to go back to where they came from because it's just no one thinks, oh, that's the best position, I'm going to return there. It doesn't happen. So they gave up this position. I think I may have gone too high. Wait for him to get behind some bushes. I should have been behind the bush, but I wanted to hit that guy, and it looks like I got him. Oh! Just barely missed. So you see they're going after that AMX. He's out of the game. I would have hit the AMX in the rear because I would have gone up that slope to hit the AMX in the rear. I don't know this map very well, so I really don't know what to expect. Hit him on the side. Did it. Reverse. It was not spotted. I completed a mission. Okay, let's see if we can go after this. I'm sure that object's going to die, right? Too slow to do my repair. Use the house to block. Go over here to respot. Oh, I might have been spotted because of the tank behind me. Okay. Game's almost over. The enemy's hiding, so let's chase him down. I like to hunt down the enemy. All of my US and British tanks say Hunter on the side and have a pirate logo. There was a game I was playing, the T-26E4, and I had Hunter with the pirate logo, and there was an enemy T-26E4 Hunter with the pirate logo, and I actually killed him. It was on Westfield. Okay, so that was a decent game. Let's see what I completed. 2,000 damage. I didn't destroy 2 during the first 4 minutes. Why did it say completed? Oh, maybe because I didn't survive? Okay, don't worry about it. I'll finish him off at some point. I used to actively watch what was going on with those missions, but after a while I started completing them easily, so I just don't really pay attention much anymore. I just play. 10,000. That's actually really good. Haven't seen that in a long time. There's got to be another hour left. So I'm going to play for another hour. It's got a way to go. I think in a month I'm going to have all these tanks leveled up. I'm not that crazy about this tank, and certainly not about the camouflage. And I'm not saying that you're not going to like it. There's tanks in the tech tree that are similar that you can play to figure out what the play style is like. I am not that crazy about it, but I want to get the tier 10. Oh, no, wait, is this? Yeah, I want to get the tier 10. The tier 10 is definitely really good. I may have played it once on the test server. I really don't remember. So I had some ideas. I'm going to pitch them to you now. There's countries like North Korea that has tanks, but all of their tanks are Russian tanks, right? And they're not in the tech tree. And I realized, if they're only premium tanks, you could literally make a tech tree of North Korea with just premium tanks without the non-premium tanks, and you could actually add those tanks to the game and people could play them. Use them as rental tanks only. and make them easier to obtain. Got to get back in the game. I was on my desktop. So there was a lot of stutter. I don't want to bump into my allies. I only really push my way through if I'm a light tank and need to get into an important spotting position. So from down here in the rail yard, you can snipe up onto the hill. So that's what I plan to do. And if I need to put pressure on the enemy, I'll get on the cap. We got a lot of allies going up the hill. Over here, I check to see if I can hit anybody up on the hill. It looks like no. Okay, so we're going to go after these lynxes. I don't think I can hit him. Missed. Hit him. So I looked for a gap, and I stopped, and I aimed, and I tried to predict when he would come through. That was a bad shot. I think that totally missed. So I really just want to spot this guy. Oh, no, he's not in a good position anyway. That's a nasty tank, as I was saying. I want to spot so my allies in the back got to lock that gun. So my allies in the back can do the damage. Ah! Okay, so I was spotted. That was dumb. Should have waited longer. And I should have checked if the E4 was outside of my spotting range, so he wouldn't have been a problem. Prokhorovka says draw. I don't think I did anything in that game. There's not going to be anything interesting here. No damage. I'm doing things like reading the news for the game. There's Advent Calendar Day 1 missions. It's called Ready to Go mission. I don't see anything else new. M56 Scorpion for free with tank rewards. I really don't know how the tank rewards works. It used to be tankrewards.com. Let's see what happens if I go there right now. Jingle Shells event starts soon. Okay, I don't like to go on the ice road. Obviously, I played there many years ago, but I really got bored with it. I like playing in the center. And the reason why is because you can hit people in all directions. You can hit, like if my team needs help over here, I can go help them over here. I could go this way. I could go this way. I could go up on the bridge. You can change to help your team no matter where they need you. And I ended up getting more kills when I started playing in the middle of the map. So that I just stopped playing on those positions. I really they're spotting tanks, and I should have gone that way. You never know what your allies are going to do. There's a lot of people that just don't spot. So we missed some shots. I should have gone here. Now we got the T-54 lightweight. If I have to help my ally, I will. Missed them. I didn't get spotted. So guess what? Okay, he doesn't need help. But I'm also still not spotted. So we're going to go this way. And my team controls this position. And look at what we got here. I've spent a lot of games playing in this area. Mostly with light tanks, of course. I did want to play on the bridge, which is why I was heading towards the bridge. I really don't know what my armor is like on this tank. But if we can delay and distract that guy while my allies... Oh, I thought he fired... So I got him for 480. It looks like I got hit twice. If I side scrape, he's just not going to shoot at me. Ah! My driver is dead, so I'm having a little issue driving. Do the AG rounds. I might not be spotted, so... 164. Got to worry about that guy back there. I prefer if he shoots at me than my allies, even though I have low hit points. Ah, you hit me. APCR. They were firing heat and APCR. That should have been a warning. I wasn't paying attention to the rounds that they were firing at me. I just assume, you know, they're firing regular rounds. Okay, Skoda. What do you got here? 205, 230, 248. I always go for the highest penetration gun. I prefer penetration over damage. It says December 2 to December 26. Jingle Shells. Event starts soon. About event. Okay, so check back tomorrow. Okay, still in queue. I work while I'm playing, so I am going to check on some work. Okay, game starting. What do we got here? Skoda. Okay, so I'm going to do sniping and spotting for my team. This has APCR rounds. I have to remove them. This usually works. It doesn't work. I wouldn't do it in a ranked battle, probably. I'd like to try, just to see if I can get away with it. Knock these trees down. As many. Keep knocking trees down. You got maybe a hold down position. I'm really not sure. Knock all these trees down. No hold down position. Gonna knock down one more. Gotta be very quick. Okay, now I'm gonna sit here and spot. Be aware of who's on the enemy team if they have high penetration guns or anything like that. Who might shoot. So there's potentially 4 heavy tanks that could show up over here. And they haven't. There's low. So they didn't show up. I would have fallen back to the first trees I knocked down and shoot from there. Okay, so we don't have bushes right there. So we got to check out. The enemy didn't advance. It really was unexpected. So we got to see what our options are. Knock down as much as you can. It looks like I can come out over here. Can't hit him. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do this. Not possible. Okay. CDA's over here. We got tanks over here. Get behind the buildings. So now I have an idea of what's going on. Let's try a different plan. Not used to this. I'm not used to tanks hiding. Okay, I think I can hit that tank. See what I mean? Come on. Now he can't play there. I'll just keep hitting him. Knock trees down. Okay, hope I didn't get spotted. Take up an angle where I can shoot at them and not be spotted. Taking a long time to aim. So I was out there longer than I needed to be because of that long aim time. I had to repair my gunner. So I tried HE rounds on those 705s earlier. It didn't really do anything. I hit him on the roof. He's not spotting me as far as I know. Hit him 3 times in a row, perhaps, or maybe twice. That one was blocked. Died. So by doing this, it really helps out the team. If my team has a problem and they can't advance, it really helps them out. You can really scare the enemy. But it's like I said, I didn't get a lot of damage, didn't get a lot of spotting damage, but I really pinned some of those enemy tanks back. I'm probably going to have to go for the M40. I'm sure they'll kill that tank. Okay. So that's how I play every day. That's a typical game. It's very bright, so I'll get a merit reward soon. You see, I didn't do too well on damage or EXP. But I don't care. That was such a fun game. I'm glad I played it. Let's go for this. If I play a tank and don't win, I usually play it again before I move on to a different tank. And I try to play similar tanks. So if I had the IS-6 and the IS-3 and all those different tanks, I would just play them one after the other. Looking at my work right now. I went to an amusement park last night here in the Philippines. There weren't a lot of rides, but it was a lot of fun, and the rides were a lot smaller. But it was like $1 per ride, and then maybe 40 cents to get in. It's a temporary thing for the holidays. Okay, what do we got to do here? Destroy 2 in the first 4 minutes, 2,000 HP to enemy vehicles, and survive. I have blocked a lot of armor with this, so I'm probably going to head into town. I'm always going to go the way that my allies are not, unless I'm like have a real exception. 90% of the time, I'm just going to go my own way. So I'm going to go this way. So this way, any enemy tanks that are going that way, I'm going to prevent them from advancing. And if there's any opportunities to get behind somebody, I'll do it. I've probably been this way just at the end of the game to chase after a tank once or twice, and that's it. And there's always new players that are curious, and they want to go through there. It looks like you can. I know you can shoot through here because someone did it to me once. I'm just firing to let him know I'm here. So he can't try to sneak around my allies. I need to fire the shot because I want to get my HE rounds. Now we see if we got some damage on this shot. The gun won't stay steady for some reason. Now it is. $20 damage. Reload a regular round. I might have hit his ammo rack. I did engine testing, setting the engine on fire, but I've never done ammo rack testing, and I plan to do it. I don't think anybody's ever done it. 3 SPGs in the game. Knock trees down in case I need them. We don't have anybody spotting the enemy in the south, and I could absolutely do it with this tank. And I just might do it. I don't know. I don't have a spotting strategy for heavy tanks on this map. Maybe there's a way to cut across. So I'm going to look real quick. I wasn't spotted. Oh, look at that. See what he did? That's smart. What he's doing is the right thing to do, but I can't find him. Ah! Missed. Yeah, I knew it. The enemy was going to come up behind me. Okay. I'm going to tell you how to fix this problem. Very simple. I had a tank behind me. In fact, there was like 2 or maybe even 3. One in front of me who was a good player. He knew how to spot, and he may have even hit me. I don't remember. And then up there, the correct thing to do would have been to either, try to jam yourself into there, which might not have helped, but run for the ditch, and that's it. Run for that ditch, get in there, put your strong armor facing the Skoda, and then just start reversing north. That's probably what I would do next time if I play this strategy again. If you see me do any strategy where I run behind the enemy and shoot them from behind and sneak behind them, it took a lot of losses to get there. I didn't just do it right the first time and always. Certainly not watching anybody else doing it. Very hungry, so I'm anxious to get these games over with. Very hungry. You know what? There's a chance I might just quit early. I might have to quit early. I'm thinking about quitting right now. I really don't feel good. I'm going to I might play a really risky game just to get the game over with. I gotta do something. I gotta eat something real quick. Oh, I have some food here. I've got peanuts. You know what? Just for the fun of it, let's go beach. I'm gonna go to the water. I'm going to head back. I don't think they spotted me. Put them outside my white circle. Unfortunately, they're not spotted right now, but I think they're right there. I have APCR rounds. I have to get rid of them. There's a trick to spotting where you hit the key like that. You see how it's only going like 5 kilometers? So, and then you stop. So he got spotted, but it put me at the least amount of risk. And you can see we were right at that range, and there's 2 tanks over there. Angling while I'm escaping, putting the corner towards the enemy. Looks like one of my allies left. I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to put Udas on beach. There he is. Lousy shot. Keep moving. I'm going sideways, so it's really hard for him to hit me. Okay, guys, time to play. If they don't reposition... Is that another tank? A Scorpion? Okay, see how the Scorpion is repositioning? That I need to know about. Okay, so he's going back, so I am going back. Go to the red line, gives me the best advantage. You want to be far from the enemy, and you want to make it so that he's got to turn his gun further to go after me. Can't point at me and so I didn't see him because it was an object in front of me. No SPG in the game. Angling a little bit. Now, obviously, it's easy to go in. So I did help my team by preventing the enemy from doing whatever they wanted, but unfortunately I got 0 damage and only 385 spotting damage. But it's a way I like to play, you know, the stats are not everything. There's 2 unspotted tanks in the game. We don't know where they are. They might be waiting for me, so I'm going to take it a little easy. Spotting and heading south. Going all the way to the red line. So we kind of know where everyone is. So what I would have done was try to go up this way. Like this. It wouldn't work. But if I were able to, it's better to go up this way than to go straight because of gun depression. Like from here, I could easily shoot, and I might be able to do it sooner. If I had to drive forward, I might not be able to do it. When you drive forward, your gun goes up in the air. And that's it. Okay, so I believe I did the 402 damage when the Somua was unspotted, when I was blind firing. And because this is bright, it means I'll get a reward soon. Obviously, when you do your doubles, you want to do it when you get the highest number, but I really don't care. Because I'm going to make it anyway. I mean, I'll show you my tech tree real quick. I mean, you can see that I'm up at the top on everything. There's only a few that I have to move up. I doubt I moved up much over here. Only 2,000 in over an hour. And once there was an SPG who had to kill a light tank. And the enemy light tank had driven over to our side of the map, and he was surrounded by my allies. And then we saw this SPG just drive past like 5 or 6 allies, and he literally got right up against the enemy light tank and just blasted it at close range. He had a fast SPG, and he died doing it, and he typed in the message, mission completed. And he did it right at the beginning of the game. Turning the tank in order to spin the gun around so I can help my ally over here. Okay, I thought he was on the other side of the hill, but luckily I hit him anyway. It's hard to get hull down over here. Every time I do it, I get sniped from the hill. I'm the top tier tank. I need my allies to win the game. I mean, I can't do it by myself, so I have to. He's a Pantera, so I'm going to go backwards. You know, I need to stay alive. What I need to do is spot for my team, let my team do the damage. I have to stay alive so that my team can win. If I die, it will seriously impact the game. I got to convince the enemy to come over to my side. What he's doing is not going to work. Okay, so I'm just doing that to use up his repair kit. You hit him with HE rounds, watch what happens. HE doesn't work against rocks. $207 damage. And he did not even hit me. Same thing, boy. Same thing. 180 damage. How long before he figures it out? Okay, so I hit the wrong plate, so it only did 69 damage. Did I fire? My gun didn't fire. Okay, so that happens. I have to deal with that. Sometimes, because of the latency, it's packet loss. The gun just didn't fire. And then I was there for too long, and he hit me, etc. That one I wasn't reloaded. That one obviously he was moving. See, now he's playing differently. Now it's my turn to fire. He's moving. Did he damage? I don't think he damaged me. I think he ricocheted. Okay, that time he did. Got lots of allies. Come on out. See? 208. T-32 is coming around. Fired. I'm guessing they both fired. Right on the roof. So I thought the E-75 had fired so I could go out, but I was wrong. Sometimes misjudge those incoming tracers. Oh, he disappeared. Oh, nice. I was trying to decide. I was too slow to decide. Okay. Because I have low hit points, I'm not going to go out. Let my allies go out. There's one unspotted tank. I do have a decent view range. those are all squishy tanks out there. So I'm going to use my last 2 high explosive rounds. Maybe I'll spot something for my team. Okay, so my team's not advancing. I'm going to go into the town. Looking on the mini-map to try and figure out where to go. Knocking trees down, of course. It's the Rheinmetall that's missing. He spotted me. I'm going to head for the river. Yeah. RHM K4. I don't think you need the engine for this particular vehicle. Remove these. Okay. You should have a fire extinguisher because it's got the engine in the front. I have been set on fire before. I'm do high explosive rounds. I'm not really ready to play right now. I'm driving with one hand. Playing with one hand. So I missed my chance to help my ally. I'm good at blocking damage with this tank. And I've learned that if I block a lot of damage, like 6,000 or 8,000, we usually win those games because the enemy's not shooting at my allies, so I have no problem letting the enemy shoot at me. I think that tank was right here. I'm going to keep on blind firing. HE is not really good for this tank. I'm going to switch rounds, but I will track him. Ah! This might be blocking my view. If he fires HE, I'm in trouble, right? I'm going to keep moving. So I don't know what happened with that Progetto. He did a funny move. E75. That was HE, but it wasn't a lot of damage. I'm assuming he's right there. I probably hit him. I'm going to stay in the open. To draw their fire. So I'm driving at an angle. I'm not driving directly towards the enemy. I'm pointing the corner towards where I think the enemy is. You can see we need help up at base. Can't really tell what's going on there. Turn, drive at another angle. Hope that he spots me, so he comes out. Hit the ammo rack. Ah! Oh, I have regular rounds loaded. I thought I had, that was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. So I had regular rounds loaded and I thought I had high explosive. So the idea was to hit his ammo rack and hopefully slow down his reload, do some damage, etc. I don't know how I made that mistake. How did that happen? That's too bad. I knew I was going to die, but I forgot to check to see there was an ally behind me. I forgot to see if he advanced because my impression was that he wasn't advancing. Not sure. This tank, you don't need to upgrade the tracks. I never did, and I'm happy with the way it plays. Definitely using high explosive rounds. If they had a scout, I would park. I would go halfway to where I want to go. Park somewhere. And help kill their scout and then go to my destination. Use the regular rounds against the scouts and then switch to HE. I'm probably going to sit in the back and snipe. You can see the vehicle moves fairly quickly. So I'll do it from here. I'm going to knock some trees down. From here, I'm going to keep the enemy outside the white circle. And I'm going to move into this position. I'm going to advance to see if I can shoot at any of these enemy tanks, which I doubt it. I'm going to get higher to elevate my gun. I saw a tank right there, so I probably missed. He's within my spotting range. I'm going to move back. Hit him on the side. 267 damage. Hit him on the side. Better to aim under the turret, so if your shot goes high, you still hit something. So where the auto aim is actually pretty good. Let's hit him again. That one went a little high. Obviously, you want to go for the ones with low hit points. IS-7. They're getting closer. I was spotted. I'm going to angle. Zigzag on my way out. Going back to this position. I'm going to go for his gun. So there's a chance I might knock his gun out. I'm going to do testing someday in the training rooms to see how often I succeed at it. Ah! One SPG in the game. I really want to hit that IS-7. Okay, Jagdpanzer. Might not damage it. See? I think we can win, even though we're losing. As long as he stays alive. He needs to stay alive. Don't point your gun like that. Okay, that's good. Don't have luck with HE against Type 4 heavy type tank. I'm going to have to reverse. So I'm guessing that I wasn't spotted and they just took a random shot. I should have reversed immediately. I think we could have won that game. I almost always play on the river, so I'm going to go that way. If I play wheeled vehicles, I'd probably go on the west side so I can surprise enemies, run behind them, and then just keep on going, run in the back. This tank obviously is fast, and it aims very quickly. I'm going to put the white circle to the edge so that I can't be spotted. It's right around here. So once the enemy passes, oh fuck it. I mean, I couldn't have been spotted. Simple solution. I mean, you just go like this. I've got the rounds. I've got 40 rounds. Might as well fire them, right? You do want to do it a little low. I don't know if I can hit that guy, but we'll try. Nope. It is possible to hit tanks over a slope. I've seen it done before. Got to watch out when you come here. If you get spotted, you got to run. Yep. Wow, 756. Okay, so I'm going to go, maybe this isn't the best idea. Can't see him. Where is he? Okay, so I screwed that up. Screwed that up. I could have just gone around this way and helped my team out. I thought that the enemy would come around this way would be better. Done playing. The way the timing works, it's 3 minutes until you start your game, not finish. So I guess I only got like 7,000 right now. My goal was to do 30,000 today, and I'll play 2 more hours after I rest for a while. So I'm definitely going to level this up, and I will probably get halfway through here today. I'm going to check on how I performed with missions. So this I'm going to slowly go through for the next week. This one I don't like to play that tank, so I'm not going to. Tank Destroyer. Surprised I didn't see any completions with any of those. Okay. Thank you for watching.